Pam Bondi is being used and exploited by the Trump and the patriarchy right now, according to recent news articles that breaks this down. And normally, fellow women, we would be concerned and rooting for someone like that, but she's an active participant in her own exploitation. So now what you're watching below is speech linguistic and coach Sherry Rice do a brilliant takedown on one of Pam Bondi's appearances at Fox, in which she speaks so quickly and without taking a breath, and it reveals that she is literally and figuratively out of her depth and powerless. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of context to this, and I'm going to play the full clip from this Instagram post on the other side. So in the articles, they essentially say that Donald Trump really just hired her as a figurehead. Like, she has no power, and there was no intention. Immediately after she was sworn in, he installed 2 of his former male lawyers to do most of the work. They're pulling the strings. As we all know, it's been reported below, Stephen Miller actually has taken over the Department of Justice. He has no legal background. He said stuff on the record in press conferences and press briefings that reveal that he has no clue how the Constitution works, how the law works, and he's really making a mockery of justice system. And the moment that she actually did speak out because she wanted to not have funding cut to domestic violence victims, she was overruled. Elon Musk did the cutting anyway, and she could just go on stage in front of camera, pushed out there, and just accept it. That's what happens when you be used that way. Yeah, so now let's look at the full clip on the other side now.
They're deranged is all I can think of. I cannot believe, I think some of these judges think they are beyond and above the law, and they are not. And we're sending a very strong message today. If you are harboring a fugitive, we don't care who you are. If you are helping hide one, if you are giving a TDA member guns, anyone who is illegally in this country, we will come after you and we will prosecute you.
People always ask me if it's harder to read people who've had a lot of Botox and their faces are frozen, but that's actually when I spend more energy listening to the sound of their voice and the sound of their breath. This clip begins with a projection. The whole Trump derangement syndrome is a giant projection of the insanity that they have cultivated within themselves, an inability to think clearly. That lack of clear thought affects the clarity center, the throat, and Pam Bondi stutters. Her speech is compounded by conflicting thought. Remember, the most powerful person in the room takes their time to breathe because they aren't rushed. But when someone feels powerless, they push, they shout, they rush, and they gasp for their lives. Pam Bondi so deeply fears interruption and disempowerment that she barely feels worthy of taking a breath.
Sad.